Yeah, okay, good morning, afternoon, and evening. It's the guy you should believe in. Dropping heat like every season. Underdog like Willie Beeman.
Let's get into my 5 takeaways from week 7 real quick. We touched on it. Imagine the Browns quarterback, or the Browns with a quarterback. If the Browns had a real quarterback, are they not on the same level as the Eagles? Or, I mean, they're probably better than the Dolphins, but they're on the same level at least as the Eagles.
No.
You don't think so? If they don't have a real quarterback, like they have someone who actually can toss the rock.
Who's their wide receivers besides Amari Cooper, right?
Bro, it doesn't matter when your team is giving up 10 points a game.
I don't think when you say as the Dolphins, I don't think like they're not going to have as good of an offense just because their quarterback can throw. But I think,
but they can still be better than
like
the
record
Dolphins
wise and like shot at like a championship, like NFC champ or like division championship or Super Bowl run goes up way more. Yeah,
I think they're better than the Dolphins because the Dolphins are still fragile and their defense is still questionable to me. If they have a real quarterback, I think Deshaun's washed, and unfortunately, they got to pay out the rest of his contract because it's guaranteed. Devin Witherspoon made a funny joke about this. Actually, I don't know if you guys saw it. Did you? Yeah. You sent it, Trav. Yeah, that was pretty funny. So that's my first one.
Say it. This is a podcast. Say the joke.
So Devin Witherspoon in one of his press conferences this week said that the Browns told Deshaun Watson that he couldn't play, and Deshaun finally took no for an answer.
That's what I'm talking about. It was crazy that you're gonna be like, "Oh, did you hear about this funny joke Devin Witherspoon have?" Oh, you all heard it. Okay, like what kind of logic is that? You have to say it.
Okay, so that's the first one. Second one, has to do with the Lions and Ravens game, but the Ravens / Lamar are showing that they shouldn't be counted out, especially with last week. If their defense continues to perform how they did last week, then I don't see why not. Like Lamar he slung the ball all over the field. It was ridiculous. His efficiency was fantastic. He still had some rushing touchdowns, or I think he had one rushing touchdown. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. They looked fantastic last week. So did they win the division then? Now that Deshaun Watson looks like he's going to be in and out of the lineup for the rest of the year, or at least for the next couple of weeks, which are really important.
Well, you know me, and you know that's my team, right? So obviously, I've always been sipping the Kool-Aid. You just started sipping.
Yeah.
A little amateur. All right. Obviously, they're going to win their division.
Okay.
They're going to make a great playoff run. Probably get beat out.
Okay.
But they're always been great. It's just
second round.
It's the beginning. It's the
second round this year.
It's the beginning of the season, right? Little
We're just about halfway. We're halfway. This is week 8 is halfway, so we're halfway through the season.
Of the season. What are you talking about?
Trevor, what do you think?
Lamar was worried about his contract the whole preseason, right?
Yeah.
And he gets the contract like I think like a day before the preseason or a day before the season starts. And then now it's a couple days. Serious. Yeah.
Okay. Trevor, what do you think? What do you think of the Ravens going forward?
I like what they got going.
What?
I like what they got going. Zay Flowers is balling out. I wonder who said that. Whoever said that was a really smart person. I predicted that. Just make note of that. Odell looked pretty good last week too.
For the first time
Not too shabby
in a year.
But no, I think Lamar's legit. And I think, you really just have to let him like play his game, honestly. Like
Jackson cook.
Yeah, like don't try to force like just let him go out there and play, run around, do what he does, like, and he'll score. He'll win you games.
Okay, so we're all in agreement on that. This next one, number 3, the Chiefs are finally waking up.
Thanks for the nothing burger, Travis.
The Chiefs are finally waking up after their W against the Chargers. And like I said 2 weeks ago, I think was it a week ago or was it 2 weeks ago? Yeah, last week. They're terrifying and they're starting to wake up.
Bro, are you
And
tired? Sorry,
I
are
hope
you
that
tired? You tired, Travis? There's
No,
something
I
not
was,
fun or exciting to wake you up about this
is
podcast?
is your body quitting?
no, I muted
There's
myself.
something
I was
wrong with your
screaming.
body?
I was actually just letting out a scream. I just screamed, but I muted myself.
All right, good recovery. Good recovery. I'll give
Okay.
you that.
So Chiefs are terrifying. Is there anyone in the AFC that can beat them? I know we just talked about the Ravens, but do we trust the Ravens to possibly, like, if it came down to it, let's say they made it to the AFC Championship, do we think there's any team that can handle the Chiefs?
Okay,
Because this is the best.
last
This is by far the best defense that we've seen around Patrick Mahomes.
okay, last pod I just discovered what NFL divisions were. So I have no idea who's in the AFC.
Okay.
All right. I just
So
figured out
Travis.
what the NFC is.
Trav.
Oh, what? Are you asking? So you switching it to me?
Yeah, I'm asking you. I'm asking both of you.
Is there anyone
in
that
the
can
AFC
run?
that can handle? Is there anyone in the AFC that can handle the Chiefs come AFC Championship? Pause.
The Browns, if they get a QB.
That's it.
I hate you.
I mean,
How do we feel about the
I
Finns?
don't know.
Do you think the Finns
Okay,
are?
I mean,
I think they're too fragile. I just don't think they're going to make it there. I think that they're going to. I think
to
it's
me with the Finns,
Sure.
it depends on how they are when Jalen Ramsey and Xavier Howard come back. If their defense starts playing good,
so you're not worried about Tua. You're not worried about a grown man who has to be able to roll and fall correctly that your season relies upon.
I'm confident too. He took those MMA
Okay.
classes.
Hell yeah. Hey, that's a man with research right there. That's a man who's done his research.
And you know
Right
what
now,
else?
baby.
You know what else? Hydrated.
Hydrated. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, keep talking. Keep spitting. You're spitting right now. Keep going. Keep going. What?
No, I'm thinking. Okay, I mean Browns. The only reason I'm giving the Browns a chance, like not the only reason, but when you have a defense that good, like you always have a chance. I feel like, obviously, if they do get a quarterback, that would help with their offensive situations. But yeah, I think the
49ers
Finns
in
can.
the
It depends on the
AFC?
Finns for their defense. Their offense is obviously good, and once they get, if A-Chain comes back and whatnot. But
H-Chan.
I think it depends on how it goes for their defense. If they can improve their defense, then I think they'll be a lot better.
Are the 49ers in the AFC?
NFC.
Doesn't make any sense.
One day, next podcast, we're gonna go through all the divisions. We're gonna explain this to you, pal. Okay.
I
We
just
can do it
don't
now.
understand.
Depending on how much time we have,
I
we
just
can do
don't
it.
understand the geographical knowledge
I'll
that
explain
they
it
have
to-
that I don't.
I'll
to
explain
where
it to you.
They're putting somebody in
I'll ex-
California.
Bro, we have two more. We have two more of the takeaways, and then I'll explain it to you. Okay. Eagles are on a revenge tour is number 4. They solidified that with their game against the Lions last week, and I think my pick is Chiefs Eagles rematch in the Super Bowl this year. I'm sticking to my guns here. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to stick to my guns here. I think the Eagles are on a revenge tour. There's nothing scarier than a man on a mission who knows what he wants and can't, and no one will tell him that he isn't what.
What are we talking about? Deshaun Watson right now? What are you saying?
I'm saying that the Eagles believe that they're supposed to return to the Super Bowl, and no one can tell them differently.
Okay.
They're not taking no for an answer.
That's what I'm saying. The way you said it sounded so weird, man.
Okay. Either way, do you guys? So this is kind of the same question as
Not
the
even
Chiefs,
the
but just in
police
the
can
NFC.
stop them right now.
So this is kind of the same question as the Chiefs, but in the NFC, is there anyone that can really stop them? Because I'm doubtful about the 49ers have incited some doubt in me, and I think these last couple weeks, especially if they lose this week, may prove to be more detrimental than we think. So so basically, yeah. Is there anyone in the NFC that we think can handle them?
I would say, I mean, you already destroyed my 49ers take, so I'm going to jump on the train that you're on. Yeah, Jason Kelsey is the man that is on the mission. Jalen Hurts is not. It's Jason Kelsey. Kelsey is the main character of this story right now.
Okay.
They're going to go back, a little revenge on them, win the Super Bowl, he retires.
Okay.
That's what I'm taking.
Okay.
As long as they're doing the tush push, who's going to beat them?
We'll get into that. And then the fifth takeaway, which is less of a takeaway and another question. But the Vikings are in a weird situation here because if they're not, I don't think they're going to rush back Justin Jefferson because of how well that Jordan Addison has picked up the slack. And if they continue to win a couple games, I think they'll wait on Justin Jefferson coming back later in the year. But when he does return, what becomes of Jordan Addison? Does he continue to be the 1 touchdown per game guy who has 50 to 70 yards, or does it become more of an even split and Justin drops maybe from 24 points a game closer to 20 points a game, and Jordan Addison takes up that slack that's in the middle and jumps from that 13 per to something around 17, and we get the next T. Higgins, Jamar Chase duo in fantasy and in just the NFL in general.
All right. Enough yapping from you. All right.
Go ahead. I'm setting it up. Go ahead. I want to
Big
hear from you
Papa's
guys.
gonna talk. All right.
Go for it.
If they can pull the team back together once Justin Jefferson gets back, I think him being out is fantastic for the Vikings because they are learning to use all these other fantastic weapons that they have on the offensive side. And if they can do it to where Justin Jefferson comes back and now they are playing with the rest of their weapons plus Justin Jefferson, then they will be 10 times the team that they were before he got hurt.
That's so crazy. That's what I said. Remember that? Remember when I said that?
No,
Remember we
you
thought
were
I was
talking-
crazy?
No, you
Everybody
said that-
thought I was crazy.
You
I
said
still
that they
think-
I
were
said it.
better. You said that they were better with him gone.
Yeah, because
I
of
still
what the
don't-
outcome will be. The
I still don't
results.
think much changed because I think Jordan Addison essentially just slid into the Justin Jefferson position and is taking over majority of the target share now as after that breakout game. And he's
Then once he gets back, then they'll. Just
I don't
be the
disagree with
same
what you're saying,
mediocre
Zane.
team.
I'm just saying I don't agree with what Travis said before. That's all I'm
Yeah.
saying.
same.
I literally just
am
said what
saying
Zane
that
said.
If they no, you didn't.
No, you said they were going to be better.
Yeah.
I'm smarter. I'm better.
Is that not what Zane just said?
Nope.
No, you said that him leaving was going to be they were going to be better than they were with him
You
there.
said it's the best thing that could happen for them.
Because they're going
I'm
to learn to use
saying-
the other targets on their team.
Okay, now
And the
you're
other
saying
weapons.
that. Now he's saying that, and
You
he's
said
like,
that the
I said that
first
the whole
time.
time. Okay. Yeah, get out of here, buddy. Go away. Go take a pee break or something. Big boys are talking. If they learn to play better with TJ Hawkinson and Addison, once they get their number one, the best wide receiver in the league, back into the mix, and they can now spread the ball around and still have Justin Jefferson, who's going to get a catch, make a great play. And then now they have TJ Hawkinson. They're giving the ball to more. Addison, they're giving the ball to more. It's going to be so much better for them to play with all of their chess pieces, basically.
Rip KJ Osborne. His target share is just once Justin Jefferson comes back, it's gone. It's gone.
Yes.
It's really gone because it's literally just going to be the same thing. Travis,
But-
we're giving you crap, bro. Don't pout over it.
No, we're not giving him crap. We're giving him the real deal. Hard, cold steel.
Okay,
All
you
right.
guys answer my question. You guys wanted to talk about the tush push, so go ahead with
Wait,
that.
before the tush push.
Where's he going? Look at those highlights he's playing in the back. Look at that. Justin
That's all I've
Jefferson.
been watching.
Or Justin Jefferson. Justin Fields. Wide
Dang,
open.
maybe
30
I
yard.
shouldn't trade him. Maybe I shouldn't have traded him.
Yeah, maybe you made a silly whoopsie.
That's why I told Christian. I was like, Devin and Zane told me I made a mistake. I feel like it was a pretty even trade, to be honest.
I mean, if both of them stay out, you won. But if Justin Fields comes back, you lost.
I was never planning on using Deshaun though, is the thing.
No, I know, but Michael Pittman his usage is gonna continue to go down now that Gardner Minshew's there because Gardner Minshew loves Josh Downs. So not that he's gonna be bad. It's just that he's not. I don't think Pittman's gonna be like the clear cut number one in Indianapolis anymore, in my opinion. Who's this? Who do we got throwing the ball right now? Who's throwing the rock? Mac Jones. Speaking of which, for fantasy purposes, what's his name? The only good Patriots receiver, Kendrick Bourne. He's popped off. He's starting to come back into his own a little bit, which is interesting. Speaking of which, Rashad White, since we're on the topic of fantasy, Rashad White had 17 fantasy points tonight. He had 109 yards, 70 receiving yards on 7 receptions.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of the game. They were throwing the ball to him a lot.
And what's interesting, they were talking about during the broadcast, but it's kind of an interesting take. And I wonder if some teams, obviously it's not great, but if you don't have a great running game, I don't feel like it's the worst idea ever. They kind of use Rashad White. They use the short screen game as their run game because they throw it to him at or right beyond the line of scrimmage to where it's like, it's essentially the run game. Like that's their run game essentially.
It pains me that when me and you are playing is when Rashad White decides to show up.
He showed up last week too, but yeah, it is crazy. It is crazy that this is the week.
More fantasy points than Mike Evans.
I know.
Mike Evans had 3 receptions.
I know.
If he didn't get that touchdown, bro, I'm hosed.
Yeah.
I'm lucky he got.
Imagine if I played Dalton Kincaid tonight too.
I saw that.
17.
You know, I had him on my bench and I switched him out for Dalton Schultz.
You want him back? I can make a trade. We can make a trade.
For who?
I don't know. Zach Moss? I mean, I'll shoot you Jonnu Smith for Zach Moss, no problem.
Smith. Damn.
Jonnu Smith, yeah. He's a top 10 tight end, you know? He's a top 10 tight end right there. Slide me Zach Moss, bro.
You know who else is
Slide me Zach Moss, bro.
You want to know who else is a top 10 tight end?
Dalton Schultz.
Yeah. I have 2 top 10 tight ends.
Jonnu Smith is more consistent. Jonnu Smith is more consistent. So go ahead, just take him. I'll take Zach Moss off your hands. I'll slide you Jaleel McLaughlin for Zach Moss.
Shit, McLaughlin?
Yeah, bro. I'll slide you Jaleel. Send me Moss, bro. Come on.
All right. I'll do it.
Bet. Let's do it. Let's make a trade right now. I'll send you the offer right now.
Bet. If Zach Moss gets traded, oh my goodness, I'm so smart.
I'm going to send you the offer right now. Anyways, go ahead with your tush push thing. I'm going to send you this offer.
We got to hop into a new one because this is going to be a long
Oh, goodness.
We can do it in 8 minutes.
Okay, so Trav's not a part of the conversation. Trav just I'm gonna give my spiel and Trav's gonna be like, facts.
Facts.
Depends on what your spiel is.
All right, the tush push, right? The tush push is a combination of a team who had the basics and they decided to just hone them until it becomes unstoppable. And right now, the only people that can do it successfully is the Eagles because they have worked so hard to make the tush push. Devin, you son of a bitch. Did you actually, in the middle of my spiel, you propose a trade to me? All right, the tush push.
Drop something.
We're chalked.
Continue.
We're chalked. All right. The NFL is doing their snaky ways to try and ban the tush push, saying that it causes injuries. What a bunch of bull crap. Football itself causes injuries. All right. The game of football causes injuries. All right. Ever heard of Aaron Hernandez? What'd they do to stop that?
What?
But so they're doing their thing where like, oh, we're going to look into the injury rate of the tush push. All it is that There is a team that has worked so hard. There is a team that's worked harder than anyone else in a direction no other team. Stop! In a direction no other team has went. Right? No other team decided. No other team has decided to perfect a 1 yard line like rush QB sneak. No other team did, and they did it. And now they're trying to take it away because they're too good at it. It's ridiculous. And like the clip that I saw, it is loser shit. It's what losers do. Taking away the push tush is for losers.
Push tush. Are you saying the NFL is should be held liable for Aaron Hernandez? Is that what you? I mean, I'm gonna stuck on that when you pulled that up because I'm still kind of back there trying to figure that out and how that relates to the tush push. Because out of nowhere, bro just said, "How do you explain Aaron Hernandez?"
What's the commissioner's name? What's his name?
Roger Goodell.
Yeah, Roger. How do you explain Aaron Hernandez, Roger? Tell me.
It was all a conspiracy. That's what.
So you're telling us the NFL has hitmen? That's what you're saying?
All I'm saying is that the sport of
That's
playing football at the national level.
Yeah, no.
at the national level.
I'm gonna agree with you though. I'm gonna
Called the
agree with
National
you.
Football League.
I'm gonna agree with you though because I mean, really, if you really look at it, the tush push, the QB sneak, that's literally like the first the first football play ever invented is that play.
And every
22 edge.
all do it.
So
They
how
could all do it.
how are
22
you
edge.
how are you gonna take away literally the first play that was invented? Like it's literally the most basic play and all like that's just a
The
day
only
one
reason
play.
why other teams aren't good at it is because they haven't worked to make it really good. Like
Yeah, no one else has practiced it.
right? You have and everybody's like, oh, Jalen Hurts, a quarterback that can squat 600 pounds. All right, Giants, listen up. Put Saquon Barkley in.
Yeah.
Everybody
It
knows.
doesn't have to be the
No, no, no.
quarterback.
Everybody
have to be the
knows
quarterback.
when the Eagles are going for the tush push. It's not like a secret play.
No.
So throw Saquon Barkley behind there and then see how good you do. Because all it is that they worked harder than you. I looked this up. You can have a O lineman line up in the quarterback position. Put a 360-pound O lineman in the quarterback position for the tush push and see how good you guys do.
As long as the numbers work, you can put anyone behind center if you want.
No, the numbers don't matter. I looked it up.
Oh, really? You can just put the left tackle if you wanted there.
You can. Because there is no limit to the amount of linemen.
I mean, that makes sense being that the Chiefs have that one play where they have a guy motion across the formation and then they have the tight end take the snap. They have that's like the closest thing.
Yeah, have your tight end take it for all I care.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, you're not
that
wrong.
Jalen Hurts is super strong. It's because they worked super hard at a play and now they're really good at it. And they're like, oh, unfair. How about you guys? Hey, it's week 7. How about we just get better? Why don't we just get better?
Red gloves over here. Me and Ernie can see from the fucking press box.
Gloves over here. Me and Ernie can see that from the press box. That's all it is.
So you guys, is there anything else you guys want to talk about other than the tush push?
You don't have an opinion on the tush push.
I think that they're going to take it out.
Can see it from both sides. What's the other side?
I can see it from both sides because I can see it from the side of the Eagles is like, okay, like from what you're saying, everyone else has tried it this year. No one else can do it as good as us. But I can also see it. And what the other side here is not other teams, but it's rather the NFL itself and saying that it's an injury hazard, which at the end of the day,
excuse my French, bullshit.
I don't think it is because it really, when you think about it, if all those guys are like most of those, 90% of those guys are ending up on top of Jason Kelce, that's not exactly great. So I can see it from both sides. I don't think they're gonna.
He signed the waiver. All right.
Yeah.
So if the conversation is Jason Kelce, the center is liable to get hurt, They shouldn't ban it because the center who's doing the play successfully is going to get hurt if he's okay with doing it.
Well,
No,
we're heading to week 8. We're heading to
well,
week 8.
it's not Jason Kelsey specifically. It's every center in the league. It's every offensive lineman in the league. That's more so what it is. So I can see, like I said, I can see it from both sides. I don't think it's an unfair advantage. Like you said, I think it's just a team that has focused on something and decided they're going to be really good at it.
Or are they going to get rid of all QB sneaks? Right? Because it's basically the
No,
same thing.
if anything,
they're just incredibly good at QB sneaks, and they do a different type of technique where they
no,
get really close.
what they'll do is they'll figure out some sort of thing in terms of they'll figure out something in terms of like formation to where you can't do it, and they'll do something like that most likely. But I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with the
wide open.
I don't have a problem with the play itself. But I can see from the NFL's perspective why they would want to get rid of it, and they would want to get rid of it in a way that's not competition based, but injury based. So
yeah, but like, what's the injury besides the center and the O line?
it's that. It's that they're gonna say it's injury, but really it's the competition committee, and they're just not gonna say it.
How many injuries have O-line sustained?
It doesn't matter if the NFL commissioner decides on something. That's what it is, Zane. That's all. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't. It's not even
ridiculous, and
it's ridiculous.
It's for losers.
It's ridiculous, but I can see where they're coming from.
I've
Okay.
seen the tush push, many tush pushes, not quite, none tush pushes quite like that one. If they
All right, gents. Thank you for checking in. This is a good week. I like the games here this week. There's going to be some fun ones. We've got some good themes going for the rest of the year. We got 16 games, not a single team on bye. It's going to be a fun week for fantasy. I'm sorry, Zane, that you're starting off this way. If you want to see us more often, go ahead and follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at buffet.sports. We're posting every day, if not twice a day. Gracias por ver. Thank you for watching. Ciao, boys. We'll see you next week.